friends. Today we shall be studying module 4. It will be a revision for module 4 wherein I will be giving you introduction for WDM concepts and components at first. The technology of combining a number of independent information carrying wavelengths onto the same optical fiber is known as WDM or optical wavelength division multiplexing. The design of complex wavelength division multiplex links requires choosing many optical sources with narrow spectral emission bandwidth. The most straightforward method is to select series of individual lasers, each of which emits a specific wavelength. This selection process is adequate for a small number of wavelength channels but can be cumbersome for links carrying many wavelengths. Coming to the overview of WDM, the original optical fiber link that were deployed around 1980 consisted of simple point-to-point connections. Thus, links contained a single optical fiber with one light source at the transmitting end and one photodetector at the receiving end. In this early system, signals from different light sources used separate and uniquely assigned optical fibers. Since the spectral width of a typical laser source occupies only a narrow side of optical bandwidth, these simplex systems greatly underutilize the large bandwidth capacity of an optical fiber. The first use of WDM was to upgrade the capacity of installed point-to-point transmission link. With the advent of high-quality light sources with extremely narrow spectral emission width, many independent wavelength channels spaced less than a few nanometers apart could be placed on the same fiber. The use of WDM allows a dramatic increase in the capacity of an optical fiber compared to the original simple point-to-point link that carried only a single wavelength. Coming to the operational principle of WDM, the implementation of sophisticated WDM network requires a variety of passive and active devices to combine, distribute, isolate and amplify optical powers at different wavelengths. Passive devices require no external control for their operation, so they are somewhat limited in the application flexibility. These components are mainly used to split and combine or tap off optical signals. The wavelength dependent performance of active devices can be controlled electronically, thereby providing a large degree of network flexibility. Active WDM components include tunable optical fibers, tunable sources of optical amplifiers. So this is the figure of implementation of a typical WDM network containing various types of optical amplifiers. First, it consists of a transmitter, different transmitters with different wavelengths connected to as the input to the wavelength mux. Output is given to the post amplifier. Then there comes optical fiber, inline amplifier, pre-amplifier and wavelength DMX with number of receivers. The figure, as I told you, shows the implementation of the passive active components in a typical WDM containing various types of optical amplifier. At the transmitting end, there are several independent modulated light sources and each emitting signal at a unique length. Here, a multiplexer is needed to combine these optical outputs into continuous spectrum of signals and couple them onto the single fiber. At the receiving end, as I told you, a demultiplexer is required to separate the optical signals into the appropriate detection channels of signal processing.